Hello everyone, now this is a quick guide to how to get some of the more grindy trophies within the Grand Tour game. So what you want to do is select face off, because that means you can select up to 7 races at a time, which means you can go through things in quick succession. Now I have put the car class on hyper, because I want to make it not completely a cakewalk for myself, but you can stick car class to any, and as long as you have the AI vehicle class as either options, then you can quite easily go through the grindy trophies, particularly on the wins for particular people. So what you want to do is definitely choose the fastest car in the game, which is the EP9, which has just been added this week. Then you just select what presenter you want to do at that particular point. I've chosen Hammond because I've already got the trophy for Clarkson, and then you want to make sure that you go on the Rabbit Dry Lake track, because that's the quickest track with the EP9. Even if you're making sure you're going quite slowly to get all the pickups, you can still win quite easily by sticking with the pack and sticking just behind the pack and getting the gadgets, and then just accelerating away, which I'll demonstrate here. So as you can see, I'm just hanging back because a lot of the gadgets only work if you're behind other players, particularly ones like texting that I've used there, and also musical idiots. Whereas if you're in front, you'll only tend to get the things like candy fog and the red balloons that slow you down. So what you want to make sure is, if you've already got the trophies for things like candy fog and the red balloons, you want to make sure that you're hanging back, as I am here, to get those other gadgets like Thrust 2, Musical Idiots. You see I've got Thrust 2 there, which in the EP9 lets you get up to 200 miles an hour. And that way you can quite quickly get all the gadgets. So as you can see here, I've done this in 53 seconds. But if you want to do it just for the wins, you can do the track in about 45 seconds if you're straight racing, and even if you get hit by musical idiots or by texting, you can still do it in about 45-50 seconds, which means that you can do the 7 races in 7 minutes, which means the grind will be a lot easier. And I'll just show you a few more instances now of me doing this.
Come on. You're in. Very nice. I shall be victorious. Get on with it.
So as you can see, I'm just hanging back and letting them take overtake, I should say. Watch out for Whippy Slippy. You all noticed in the previous clip I actually managed to get the Rimac Concept 1, which is the second fastest car currently in the game, to spin out, which I was not expecting, because it is quite difficult to get other cars to spin out, even on if you use Whippy Slippy.
To do this.
So as you can see, even then, where I've hung back, I've still done it in under 55 seconds. So yeah, just keep going on the Rabbit Dry Lake track from episode 1, can just keep replaying that with the EP9, with whichever presenter you want, and if you want to get the gadgets like Candy Fog and Red Balloons and Whippy Slippy, then you want to stay just in front of the pack. There's Red Balloons there. But if you want to get most of the other gadgets like more horsepower, thrust 2, musical idiots, texting, then you will want to hang back. You do tend to get texting still when you're in front, but it won't actually do any effect because it only affects those cars that are actually in front of you. So if you get texting and you don't have any other people in front of you, it will just say signal lost and it won't have any effect, but it still counts as towards the trophy when that happens. So don't worry about if you get texting when you're in front and it doesn't work on any of the cars because they're behind you. It will still count for the trophy. And actually, with texting particularly, you'll find that you get it whether you're in the front or you're in the back, and it was one of the first trophies that popped for me for the gadget use. So yeah, if you want to grind for the gadgets and for the wins for the presenters, go on split screen, go on face off, Rabbit Dry Lake, use the EP9, and you will be able to smash through those numbers really quickly.
3, 2,
Now I will just leave you with a few more examples, and I'll say a little bit more after this race about what I think of the actual game itself.
go, go, go. Hello, mate. Hello. Gotta keep the pressure.
Stop getting quite tiresome. You will be savagely beaten.
Don't mind me.
Wow.
So my few thoughts about the game. I think the graphics are pretty decent, particularly the cars look really good. The tracks aren't, the prettiest you'll ever see. It's probably more early PS3 perhaps standards. If you think about maybe Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, something like that. But the cars themselves look pretty good. They have some good thrust effects on the exhausts, and overall it's quite fun. I like the use of gadgets. The fact that it's got split screen is a real boon, because I do like playing these kind of games with friends and my brother. A bit of competitiveness, and obviously you get the banter between the presenters even in the split screen. But particularly you'll get those when you play the actual episodes, which is really actually a lot of fun. You get sort of condensed versions of the episodes, and you get to play particular parts. And what you'll find is that there's actually a lot of variety. There's not just racing, drag races, but there's also things like shooting challenges. There's dodging obstacles, like in the recent episode where you have to dodge flamethrower drones, which was a lot of fun. What you kind of have to do with some of these challenges actually is not necessarily do the Jeremy Clarkson thing and go fast, but go slowly and avoid the obstacles, particularly like with the flamethrower challenge. You have to be patient and time it. So it does have a natural variety of different types of races and things within the episodes, particularly that can make it really fun to play all these different things. And obviously you won't know each week, if you're playing it week by week as the episodes are released, what they all contain. So it's nice to get that surprise and to see the latest version being downloaded on a Friday, and you going, yes, I'll play that to see what interesting tracks and challenges they have this week. And although I am not a Prime subscriber at the moment, I used to be, but it has kind of tempted me to get Prime Video perhaps and watch the new series. It really does drag you in. So at the moment, each week the tracks are added as the episodes come out. I believe they are intending to add more from the original season 1 and 2, but for the moment there's only one episode from season 1 and one episode from season 2 within the game. But I believe they'll be adding those later, probably, I would imagine, after the show has finished season 3, as they're currently obviously concentrating on adding season 3 episodes to the game. The only one thing I would say at the moment with these trophies is that at the moment the Holiday Road gadget seems to have been removed from the game temporarily. I don't know if that's because of a balancing issue that they want to resolve before adding it back in, but at the moment you won't be able to get, if you have the latest version of the game, Holiday Road at all, as far as I can tell at the moment as of recording this. So you might have to wait a little bit longer for them to add that in to be able to get that particular trophy. Anyway, I will stop talking now and let you see the end of my face-off 7 races and give you a bit of an idea of the tactics I use. Actually, that's it over, so I hope you found this illuminating and helping you get those trophies. So that will count as 7 wins for Richard. So you're already well on the way to getting those 50 wins that the trophy requires. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do leave some comments if you did enjoy it, and I may do more videos like this for the Grand Tour, or maybe even for some other games. Thank you for watching. Good night on that terrible disappointment.